Man, I told you he was coming back. Everybody was acting like Usopp 1 was such a bad thing. But the whole point of it was, first off, he forgot about Robin. So that may have took away the whole Soge King thing. And the whole thing in this lobby. We don't know. But for almost for certain, those scenes he had where he was, doing certain things don't exist. Like the scene on the train, that can't exist unless they replaced it with somebody. I think they just lose the memory of him. That's what they said. So if that's the case, then he probably lost a lot of development in that sense. But anyway, we start off with Usopp running, right? And this dude's running like Forrest Gump, like run, Usopp, run. And your boy Trebol, he's there, he's laughing at the dwarves, right? They said Usoland, Usoland, he's coming. And they calling out for Usopp, right? And Usopp's like, don't. He said, don't do that to me. Don't put me on the spot. You got me in a compromised position. I want to run so I can make it out of here alive. But if you guys keep calling me, they might find me. And on top of that, now I'm morally obligated, right? And the guy says, Triple, he said, who's he? He said he's supposed to be a hero or something. The guy's like, the dwarves are basically saying, yeah, he's gonna swoop in, he's gonna beat you down, and we're getting ready to, we're gonna beat Doflamingo and everything else, right? He said we're gonna save everybody. Now they had a whole page where they were just talking about who they were gonna save. I thought that was a little bit excessive, but it wasn't too bad. Anyway, he said he's coming in. He's a legendary hero. They said this guy's nothing to mess with. So Trebor was like, yo, Trebor already knows that the dwarves will fall for anything. So he pretty much knows it was a lie from the beginning. Um, we get to this one part where he's just laughing at him, right? And they show him he's laughing hysterically, man. I mean, this guy is laughing good. He almost dies from laughing. That's how hard he's laughing. He said, I can't believe you guys actually believe it. He said, this guy's running on you, right? He doesn't know that. He doesn't know who Usopp is and that Usopp is there. But he just knows that the guy's not there. He said, check this out. He said, you got faith in him. He said, but I can guarantee you he's running because he's not here right now. And the dude he said, no, screw that. They're all lies. He said, no, Usoland is showing up. He's about to, he's about to take it to you, right? Now, the thing about this is the dwarves, even though they're gullible, at a certain point they do, like you could tell, like even though at a certain point of them finding out it's a lie, they will believe that it was a lie. But they don't believe that Usopp is a lie, even after they've been told that. So that tells you right there they still have faith in him. That's not their quirk. They just have faith in him. Probably because they've been, downtrodden for so long, they want to get out from under, Doflamingo's thumb that whoever came along with the option that gave them the option to be able to, come out from all that, they're with him. That's what it is. They said, wait for Usoland, he's gonna take it to you. Now your man Trebol, he starts stomping on some of these guys. And Usopp can hear him. I guess they're talking really loud because Usopp can hear him way down the street. He comes back in. He's like, man, you guys messed it up. He said, I was just getting ready to get out. He said, but you guys kept yelling and screaming and making me feel bad. He said, he said, I couldn't just let you guys, just run on you guys, let you guys get killed in cold blood and, feel good about myself. So he came back. And then they had Robin, right? Robin, she said, thank God Usopp came back. Why? Robin was basically thinking, damn, Usopp might really leave us. She started to really lose faith in Usopp, but now she's like, okay, good. Usopp's back in effect. And like I said, everybody's counting on him. And he reveals that he's not Usoland, he's not related to Norland, and he's a pirate. He said that he lied about everything. And everybody can say, no, that can't be true. But at the same time, he says, even though I lied, I'm going to be a hero from here on out. He said, I'm about to take it to this guy. He said, now, if I die, he said, build a monument. He said, right next to Norland. So Usopp is about to take it to this guy. He's in that hero mode. Now, he shoots out these green shore kill stars. You need the shurikens, right? But they're really leaves. You already know they're like plants, they're leaves, and they cut right through my man Trebol, right? Now everybody was all over me talking about Trebol. He can't be no Logia. I'm telling you, you stupid, you stupid. He ain't no Logia, you stupid. Now I see him cut in half, right? When we come back to the next scene, oh my bad. I was going to say something real stupid. I was going to say King Riku is still a toy. King Riku being a toy had nothing to do with trouble. My bad. I was going to say something real stupid. I was going to say if he got killed, then obviously we should call King Riku be back. But anyway, check this out. My man Trebol, he got hit with one attack. Now we know he's fast, so why can he dodge it? He doesn't need to dodge, and you see that there's no hockey involved in that attack, or at least not armament hockey. And when he got sliced, he still has a smile on his face. Everybody's happy, like, oh yeah, Usoland. But you see, Trebol is still like laughing. So you know what that means? Trebol's a Logia. He's a Logia. Either that or he's not really cut. But as far as I know, he's a Logia. So all the people that was talking, nah, you stupid, you stupid. No, you stupid. Nah, I know what I'm talking about. Because we kept seeing him morph too much. Anyway, we cut to not King. What did I say? I said King Riku earlier. I meant Kyros or Soldier. Either one. That's what I meant. I was saying that earlier the whole time. Anyway, we cut to Kyros as a kid, right? We get a flashback. He's reminded of when he was a kid. Because right now he says he's waiting for when he turned back into a human. So he does have faith in Usopp, right? He got a sword and everything. He's just waiting for himself to turn back human. He said, when I turn back human, I can take it to these guys. I ain't even worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. He said he ain't worried about nothing. Anyway, they show him as a kid, and he killed 2 people, they said. Now, everybody goes over there to confront him. And the king confronts him, and he smashes his brain in, right? Now, you know that scar that the king has on his head? That's where it's from. Kyros actually looks a little bit like, what's this dude? Gazelle from Fairy Tail, a little bit. Anyway, I think that the King Riku wanted to use his skill, like put your skill towards something constructive. We're going to put you in the Colosseum. So they let him fight it out in the Colosseum. And you already know how that went. The dude just couldn't lose. And he was using a blunt sword. Hence, that's why Rebecca was using a blunt sword. Finally got some information on that. Now we got to find out why he was using the blunt sword. They revealed that at the end. Anyway, he just couldn't lose. So they said that they'll give him his freedom if he could beat, 100 people. He wins 100 fights, no problem. No problem. Couldn't even get hit. And you see him transforming, like becoming the Kyros we seen in the on that monument. He's getting bigger, stronger. He got the cape. He got the I don't know what those things are called. Those warrior skirts or whatever them thing is, the kilts or whatever. He gets that, and I think he did it in 4 months. He beat 100 people straight, no problem, in 4 months. So that's pretty much that with that, right? But everybody remembers him as a killer, right? And even though he earned some kind of clout even though he earned as much clout as he did in the Colosseum, they still mainly remember him as a killer. He already won 100 victories, so he should have been able to been set free, but he continued doing it. Why? They revealed that at the end. So 200 victories, 1,000 victories. Like by the 1,000th victory, you see that he's damn near to the Kyros we know. After that, Riku walks up on him and he says that he's at his friend's graves, and he said that I will always be remembered as a killer. So that's what it is. So even though after he got done with that 100 victory, he kept going because he wanted to try to change his reputation. He told King Riku that he only killed the 2 people. Wait, was it 2 people that he killed? Well, however many people he killed, he only killed them because they killed his 2 friends. He said, I did that to, I don't know if he did that out of vengeance, but he did that because somebody killed his friends. He didn't do that out of cold blood. So you could tell that he was still in the Colosseum, to try to change his reputation. He gained some clout in the Coliseum, so he believed that if he kept on going and kept on winning, that maybe someday they would look at him differently. And he used a blunt sword because he was overpowering people to the degree that he didn't want to kill anybody. Had he used a sharp-edged sword, sort of like Kenshiro, sort of like Kenshin. That's basically what it was. He was pulling a Kenshin move. So he didn't want to kill anybody because he didn't want to be remembered as a murderer. Hence, that's why he used a blunt sword. Hence, that's why Rebecca uses a blunt sword. Good thing about this episode, they stayed pretty focused on only two things. Kyros as a kid, his backstory, and Usopp. I thought Usopp thing was good. I think they probably drew it out a little bit too much. Him running. Next page, him still running. They saying Usopp come back. Him still. I think they drew that out a little bit too much. We already know from last chapter, man. Everybody was crying about that's build up for this one. This chapter was still build up. You understand? The Kyros thing, I think they did that well. Should it have been shorter? No, I think they did. I think they actually hit that right on the mark because it came after the main thing in this chapter, which was the Usopp thing. But I just think they probably should have showed him really taking it to Trebol. But we're definitely going to see that next chapter. So I'm pretty overall satisfied with this chapter. Like I said, Usopp coming back, he's braver now. He actually did it. He did it. Out of for the dwarves. He didn't need Robin. He didn't even think of Robin. Why? Why didn't he say, "Oh, I'm doing it because of Robin"? He doesn't remember Robin. People kept saying, "You can't go back saying Robin." The toy said if they turn to a toy, you can't remember them. So that proves right then and there. That almost proves the theory about that. That basically all but proves this theory about him not, remembering Soge King thing and all that kind of stuff because he doesn't remember Robin. Because when he came back, he never said anything about Robin. He came back for the dwarves. And remember, he doesn't know the dwarves, so he had no problem leaving them. Of course, if he knew Robin was there, he would have came back. That pretty much all but proves that whole theory almost. It almost proves it. So, yeah, like I want to say, the only problem I had with this chapter was they probably drew out the Usopp, turning around type of thing, coming back. But Usopp came back strong as hell. And another thing is he might have observation haki. We know he doesn't have armament haki because he couldn't capture he couldn't fight Caesar head up. But he may have observation haki because he knew about haki. You understand? He knew about that from training with Hercules. So he might have that. Anyway, what's the point of him running away if he's going to come back? The whole point is that he was scared, and it showed that he forgot about Robin, and now he's reinforcing that brave mentality because he lost everything he had. Now it should be no reason for him to run, but so much in the future. So that's what it is. Like somebody said, what's the reason? Like this, is what I don't get. If you're scared to death and you're fighting against two strong opponents, right, and you're running. Why wouldn't you come back if you get to the point where it's like, damn, I got to do something? You understand? It's like they're saying, basically they're saying that if you're going to run, run. If you're going to stay there, if you're going to stand and fight, fight. But that's not the case. He's going to stand and fight, but at the same time, you're so scared you're not trying to, just get killed. Why wouldn't you understand? He came back for a different reason. You understand? He ran away because he was afraid. Then he overcame. Exactly. It's that as simple as that. He ran away because he knew that pretending to be a hero was futile. I don't know about that. Oh, well, I'm trying to get what he mean by, like, I understand, like, he's absolutely right, pretending to be a hero was futile, but I don't know if that was that's the reason why he ran. I think he ran because he's fighting against two strong opponents with a hack stability, and knowing that he's not, he doesn't have armament haki, and he's not the strongest person, on the planet. His fear was greater than his courage. Right, that's right. But his pride as a straw hat crew demanded him to come. Exactly, and he said he couldn't live just knowing that people were just gonna get killed in his name. Didn't the dwarves use tranquilizer flowers to knock out Robin, Usopp, and Greenbit? Why didn't Damn, that makes sense. Stabby McStabstat actually has a very good point. Being that, especially Usopp using plants as his weapon, why wouldn't he use plants that can knock people out? But I didn't know that they used plants. Well, I don't remember that. I wish they didn't take him the whole chapter to make up his. It didn't take the whole chapter, but it took half the chapter. Like I said, I'm with you on that. Didn't take the whole chapter, but it took a little too long. But other than that, I think this chapter was actually good, and they actually stayed on point with certain things. They stuck with the Kyros thing, they stuck with the Usopp thing. So it wasn't jumping all around. They actually developed Usopp, they developed Kyros. I think this was a good chapter overall. I'm gonna give it. I don't know if I want to give it a 4 because it really wasn't too much. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4. I want to say 3.5, but 3.5 just seems like, it's like it seems too mundane. If you give something like a 3, it's like, okay, I'm not sure. It's not all that great, but it's not bad. But if you get something to 3.5, it's like, oh, it's pretty decent, but it doesn't really add anything to it. This chapter did add something to Kyros and Usopp. You understand? It did add something to him, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4. Even though it wasn't too, overly exciting of a chapter, and it wasn't too overly. Don't you think that Kyros looks so much like Dragon? Does he look like Dragon? I thought he looked like Gazelle, from Fairy Tail. But I'm not sure if he looks like Dragon. Let me check this again. He may look like Dragon. Does he? I don't know about that. I thought he looked like Gazelle from Fairy Tail. Does he look like Dragon? Not to me. Not to me, he doesn't. Doesn't look like Dragon to me at all. I might be wrong, but anyway, like I said, this chapter it didn't the story didn't develop so much, but 2 characters did develop to a good degree for 1 chapter. So that's why I said 4. But I'm not going to say no 4.5. It barely gets a 4, barely. It just made it to a 4, but it's beyond 3.5. That's why I got to go to the 4. Anyway, if there's no other comments, I'm going to go ahead and end this thing off. Comment, like, subscribe. Anime and manga means more people coming back to fight just in case somebody dies. I know that was long and drawn out, but I couldn't think of anything else. Tontadas got stumped out. Peace.